Yes, yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. You're rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the sauce. Let's just make sure our levels are sounding good. You know me, I'm the hottest in the game, and I'm gonna get right to it. I wanted to address this much earlier in the day, right? Okay, yeah, we sounded good. The levels are sounding crystal clear. We're gonna get to this. This has been trending all day long. You got a lot of people coming to his aid, coming to his defense. Um, he's getting a lot of backlash and receiving a lot of flack, so to say. But like over here at the source, right? Prime time Chris Colbert, right? I'm gonna say this, right? I was on the phone with a lot of people today. Um, I called him Simon Phoenix all week, right? If you know, you know. You know, talks a lot. Um, you know, um, I'm gonna say this right. A lot I didn't speak on because, like I said, when you move the way I move in the game, sometimes you got to keep it politically correct. But now, after the fight is over and pretty much it's being said, so like I was saying, all right, he came out and made statements, you know, on fighters, Shakur Stevenson, Jamel Herring in particular, questioning the dog level of Shakur Stevens, right? Matter of fact, let me share this first. Let me share this before I really go all the way in, because sometimes people need to hear the source because these guys ain't on here really talking it. Yeah, so let me share this in some of these groups because they need to, like, you get these boxing groups, right? But they're not gonna speak on it. Then you get people trying to, you know, make it seem like, this, that, and the third. But I'm gonna talk on it, really talk on it. So let me share this first. Over here, the World Combat. Share this group. All right, I'm gonna talk about every little aspect of it, you know, like I do, because that's what it needs to be touched on, all the aspects of it, right? All right. Okay, now last night he was the main event, right? He was the main event on the Showtime card. A lot of hype build up coming into the fight. Um, he was on what, Brian Custer. Brian Custer asked him about Shakur Stevenson. He said Shakur Stevenson um was a sucker, didn't have dog in him. He said previous to that, in regards to Shakur, he said he would have stopped Jamel Herring quicker than Shakur, things of that nature. And then he laid an egg last night. It is what it is. He laid the egg after, a lot of talk, a lot of hype. He laid an egg. His opponent that he was supposed to face caught COVID, and he had a replacement opponent. We're gonna get to that because I posted a video in the group about staying ready, right? But let's speak on how, like, a lot of people on social media And first, I want to say this, man. Guys love when New York fighters do shit like this, because then they try to classify all New York fighters. And, New York is one of the most hated, uh, hated. New York, man. People don't like New York because they say we're arrogant, we're this, we're that. But by no means does he represent all of the New York fighters. He does not represent all of the New York fighters, number one. There are some real gems. Not saying that he's not a gem, but they are some real gems, and you guys will get to know them very, very soon. But let's move on now. He spoke on Shakur's name, right? Shakur took to his Instagram, and I might play that. I have that footage. He took to his Instagram and marked him, saying this guy is running. He said, I didn't have no dog in me, but he is running. I talked to a lot of coaches and people in the game. They was in agreement with Shakur. There was no urgency, and at the end of the day, when you talk about other fighters and not having that, you open the door to that criticism. So when I see people today coming to his aid and trying to defend him, no, you can't. He has to eat this. He has to eat this. And hopefully this builds character in him. It humbles him, but he has to eat this. And I'm going to tell you why he has to eat this. Because number one, you spoke on a guy who has done more in his career than you have done, and Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. And I'm going to break that down to you now, right? See, I didn't want to speak on it, but me being a source, I have to speak on certain stuff. Number one, when you question the dog in Shakur Stevenson, here is a guy. We're going to compare y'all now on the amateur levels. Here is a guy, and I'm not going to go into what I know. Like I like to say, hey, what do I know? Here is a guy that went to the Olympics, silver medalist in the Olympics. Now, if you know anything about the international, getting to the Olympics, the things that you have to do to make it there, I'm not even going to speak on, the sparring with you and Shakur when you guys coming up in Gleason's gym. But I'm just want to speak on Shakur. Made it to the Olympics, silver medalist. Turns pro, wins a world title in 126. Vacates that title, goes up to 130. Defeats another former Olympian in Jamel Herring and captures another title. You, on the other hand, you turn pro. We're not going to get into that, but you turned pro. You didn't qualify for the Olympic team. You guys were around the same, we'll just say that around, you guys was in the amateurs together. Shakur went on to become an Olympian. You turned pro. Shakur silvered. Shakur became a world champion. You still didn't become a champion yet. But you questioned the dog and a fighter who I just broke down, went on to become an Olympian, silver medalist, now 2-division champion. You haven't reached those levels yet, but you question the dog and a man who has. And a man who has. You see, I'm giving y'all the source nice and slow tonight because I want y'all to pay attention. And this is for real boxing fans, because a lot of times as a fan, you are a fan of a particular fighter and you don't hold that fighter accountable for things that they say. And that's why I'm trying to give you the source this way so you can hold Mr. Colbert, aka Primetime, accountable. Now, Prime, called out what I just said. That's boxing. It's cool. It's cool. What he said. That's what he believes, right? But then he went out there and he performed last night. And Shakur jumps on his Instagram and says what he says. Now, when he said what he said about Shakur, it's the fight game. Fighters talk shit. This is part of the business. But when you go out there and you lay an egg, like he did last night, he laid an egg. He didn't show no dog after questioning another fighter's dog and him. So, yes, he received a lot of backlash. He received a lot of backlash on social media from fans. Now, the fans is going to be fans. You're going to have guys that come to his aid trying to knock the fans, but that's the fans. This is what you sign up for. I stress this to fighters all the time. Like, you got to have a thick skin and be strong mentally in this game, because fans is going to say what they want to say about you, regardless if they've been in the ring or not. But when you lay an egg, like Chris Colbert did last night, he laid the egg after talking a good game, or like I like to say, after bringing the sauce, but you did not perform. You are vulnerable, and people are going to speak on you. They're going to ridicule you. They're going to clown you. This is part of the game, especially after you call out guys. Now let's get to Jamel Herring. Here's another guy who, Olympian, another Olympian, 2012 Olympian. I'm not even going to go into the fighting for the country and all that. We're just going to keep it boxing. Made it to the Olympics, represented the country, became a world champion. These are things that you did not do on the amateur level or professional level yet. But yet you stated on him that you would have knocked him out quicker than Shakur did. So now when they see you fall to a guy who was a late minute replacement, and they mock you and clown you all over social media, this is things that come with the game. And like, I called him Simon Phoenix for a reason, because like I say, hey, what do I know? I know in the business of boxing, a lot of the stuff that gets presented to people, fans, if you are not really in the trenches, in the mix, you don't know who is who. You just go off of whatever narrative is pushed and however it is presented to you. It's like going to a restaurant, ordering your food, and the chef prepares your food for you, and he comes out and he shows you your food, and it's not what you ordered, but this chef has 5-star recommendation. So you like, oh, this is going to be the best dish because this is chef such and such. That's what happens in the boxing game. Just because the chefs tell you a certain dish is the dish doesn't always make it the dish. Now, if you're not a chef yourself, if you're not in the mix, in the matrix, you're more in the matrix, not in the mix, you wouldn't know. You're just going to go off what the chef is telling you. So when his performance wasn't of star standards, and now you're getting all this ridicule, you're getting people clowning him because a lot of the hype that was behind him, he didn't live up to. See, this all comes with the game. But the part that, like I said, I can't stand on, and that's why I had to come on and speak on this, is do not try to classify all New York fighters under his umbrella or for his performance. Because a lot of you guys from his comments in regards to Wilder already had a distasteful taste in your mouth when it comes to him. And you couldn't wait for him to lay an egg like he just did. He laid an egg last night. And what hurt him even more is, like I just said, questioning the dog and a fighter who on the amateur level reach higher levels than you, and now on the professional level reach higher levels than you. So when I see fans, consumers, supporters, trying to sweep it underneath the rug and, you know, stand up for him. No, he has to eat this. Now he has to eat this. This is the game. This is the game. I know I was on live last night doing my thing, play by play of the fight, and I was saying it right before I even jumped on Twitter, and I seen them killing him, from Earl Spence to Jamel Herring to just everybody. You name fighters, they were killing him because he set himself up for this. And a lot of the guys from his umbrella was killing him. You know why? Because they seen what was going on. They was behind him. He had the machine behind him. Yes, the PBC, Showtime. They was pumping him, marketing him, pushing him. But like I said, it's ties in with my source. If he would have fought who he was supposed to fight, just like how I was speaking with, I'm not going to disclose the gentleman's name. I said that fight, the matchmakers, that was going to be another showcase fight for him, and he was going to receive a belt. But when boy caught COVID and they threw in Garcia, they was banking on the fact that Garcia being not ready, 2-3 week notice. But like I said, check out that source that I just dropped where I edited it with Split T CEO David McWaters. And I said, real fighters are staying ready. If you're training every day like you got that date, because you never know when that call may come. Now, he fought a guy who was undefeated, hungry, Dominican Olympian. It had all the makings for what you seen unfold last night. Especially when, like I said, the matchmakers over there, Tom Brown, who's also the promoter, he doesn't give his guys hard fights. It is what it is. See, guys aren't speaking on this because most of y'all don't know this. You don't know this, and you're not talking this. They are matched so easy over there. And they signed off on this thinking probably that Garcia wasn't going to be ready. 2 weeks, 3 weeks notice. That's not a full training camp. But he was. And he was hungry. And you seen what happened. So let's get to some of these things that I'm speaking on in regard to Shakur, I had to sip on my, what's her name? That's nice. Oh yeah, let's get to this. I'm responsive, but wait for it to get responsive. But yeah, man, that's what happened, man. It's unfortunate, man, but that's the fight game, man. Shit happens, man. What's her name? Did not hold back, and I don't blame her, man. Like, you gotta. I'm gonna go to Twitter. For all you fighters, man, stay ready, man. Stay ready. And see, guys they were lined up waiting for this, man, because they wanted to kill New York, But all the real, like I said, the real know what New York is really looking like. They know who's holding the torch for New York, man. They know. They know, like I like to say, they know the vibes. They know who is holding down the torch for New York. I knew this was gonna happen, but see, me being who I am, right? Like I said, like there is no real unity, right? When it comes to the Apple, right? It just is what it is because like it's like everybody wants to be the king of New York. I was speaking on that with a colleague. Everybody wants to be the man. They want to seem like they run the city. That they're the biggest thing in the city. So when you seen him fall, guys couldn't wait. They couldn't wait, man. They couldn't wait for that. It's unfortunate. But that's the game, like, and I see a whole bunch of people, you know, trying to make it seem like, he gotta eat that, man. He has to eat that because like I said, at the end of the day, when you talk the talk, man, you gotta walk the walk. And if you don't walk the walk, you gotta be willing to accept everything that comes with it when you don't walk it. And he didn't walk it, man. He did not walk it, so he has to accept that. Whether he chooses to or not, he has to accept that. And fans, supporters, they have to accept that as well. You can't, like I see a lot of people wanting to hold his hand, and no, this is the game of boxing. He talked the talk, and he didn't perform the performance. So now he's going to get this backlash. It comes with the game. It comes with the game, man. And more so, especially when you are, when you are speaking on, fighters. June, my God, June in the building. Salute to my good brother, Lights. There he is. My God, man. Yeah, Shakur bomb. I mean, not Shakur. Shakur's probably talking about me. Colbert, man, he bombed last night. He laid an egg, man. I'm just speaking on the backlash that he received, man. A lot of people is upset. You can't be upset, man. He did what he did, man. Like, it's part of the game, man. He talked crazy on fighters, and then he didn't go out there and live up to the mic. He didn't deliver. Look, here it is right here. Let's play this.
Yo, this nigga said I ain't got no dog in me, bro. He's down every round and he's trying to survive.
Oh.
He's down every round. This man is trying to survive. Nah, bro. Yo, this nigga said I ain't got no dog in me, bro. He's down every round and he's trying to survive. He's down every round. This man is trying to survive. Nah, bro. Yo, this nigga said I ain't got no dog in me, bro.
See, yes, he has to eat that, man. He has to eat that. You know why he has to eat that? That was Shakur Stevenson. That's what he posted last night. I reposted it, being that I have a media page. I don't care. I know that probably upset a lot of people, but it is what it is. Like the same way I posted him saying that Shakur was a sucker. See, like this is the real game, right? That's why I started being media, right? Because this is the real game. Like I'm not going to, and I have shout out to Jihad Tucker. Jihad Tucker is a J Prince fighter, but you see, me being real unbiased media, when Chris Colbert called him a sucker and said he didn't have no dog, I posted that. I shared that. So only being what I am, stand up, honorable, and righteous, why wouldn't I not post Shakur coming back now after his lackluster, dogless performance? And that's what you got. Like, he laid an egg, man. He laid an egg. Simon Phoenix. And that's why you see what I posted, right? Because I posted this right here. I took this because I was seeing how a lot of people were trying to clown New York. They was clowning New York because of his performance. So me being who I am, you see what I said? I said March 19th. Hottest in the game, the Tucker source. Jihad Tucker. Once again, it's time to restore the balance. Since you think everybody in New York is like this, no. There are some gems coming. And then I put the icing on the cake with this.
I got a movie for you when it's jumping. I'm in the coop relaxing. They say the roof collapsing. I got my paper up, although I'm still kooky smacking. In the star fearing, foreign car steering. 60,000 Paul wearing. I got a movie.
Yes, this is what New York is looking like. We are going to restore the balance March 19th. For those of y'all out there trying to clown New York off of the performance of Chris Colbert, all New York fighters aren't playing. All New York fighters aren't talking shit. Some New York fighters are walking the walk, and it is a different kind of sauce, and it is a different type of drip. Hopefully, y'all caught that sauce. But yes, like I said, I want to commend this player right here. You know, check out the article I wrote on him. He looked it good, and I talked with Unc. Um, I talked with his strength and conditioning coach. Shout out to the band master, Coach Calvin. And I want to say this for those of y'all out there that was speaking on the stoppage, right? Victor, I wrote this in the article too. Check out the article, but I'm gonna say this, right? And this is for all, you know, because like I said, man, I'm gonna call you guys busters, right? You guys was upset with the ref stopping the fight, right? Okay, let me tell y'all something, right? The ones that complained about the stoppage, right? Here is Polo was a killer, man. A killer, right? He wobbled that man, sent him into the ropes, and jumped on him. Now, the referee seen something which half of you fans don't see because you guys never see nothing. You guys complain, right? Now, when he jumped on him, safety first, right? Safety first. Victor Postal wasn't winning the fight. Had no chances of winning the fight. Look at the scores on the judges' cards. Rest in peace to Patrick Day. I bring up Patrick Day because I wish Patrick Day had the ref that stopped the Victor Postal fight. Because maybe Patrick Day will still be here. Hopefully, y'all are catching the sauce. By that ref stopping that fight, who's to tell what would have happened to Victor Postal when he wobbled and stumbled into the ropes and Polo jumped on him like that? So for you guys out there questioning the stoppage of a fight that the man had no chances of winning, safety first. See, a lot of fans get so caught up in wanting to find fault in a victory that they will try to throw shade on anything. Safety first. Shout out to Victor Postal. The man went in there and fought 10 rounds with probably the world on his shoulder. Ukrainian resident. His wife and kids are still over there. They are under attack from Russia. Hopefully, y'all are catching this sauce, you know. But that's all. You know, I didn't want to stay on too long. I just wanted to come on and clear the air. I'm glad my peoples is on here, man. Shout out to June, man. The 24 storms, man. I gotta wrench you up, brother. Hopefully you are still in there. Let me get you a wrench. This is my guy, man. Lights, man. Me and him been to many, many fights all up and down the East Coast, Philly, Jersey, Barclays, um, Barclays, Garden, everywhere. Give y'all a quick. This is my guy. You know my classic Earl Spence interview where Earl was like, what the Earl referenced that night? Everybody wanted Moby Dick. Everybody want, yo, this is my man. He was behind the camera for that interview. I didn't even want to do that interview, you know, because I knew the big fish, aka Moby Dick, wasn't himself that night. But Moby, Moby insisted on it. Oh, Moby. Yeah, oh, Moby insisted on it, man. But shout out to my guy June, man. June in the building, man. Man, me and June, I'm telling you, see, getting your wrench right now, June. March 19th. You'll probably be at that. It's a couple flights coming up too. Because you also have you have the a couple fights coming up in the city. I think March 3rd. I gotta look it up, man. I'll look it up, man. I gotta look that up, but I think it's March 3rd. Andre Rozier's card. I was, you know, good card, decent card. Yo, I see your peoples is out there too with Edgar Berlanga training at the top rank facility and all that in Vegas, man. He getting some good work, man. That's what's up, man. I think he's with Edgar's team too, so he's probably gonna start getting moved, man. You know, he's probably gonna start getting moved. But this is my guy June is underground media with me. June has my Gary Russell interview. What else? Yo, and I think June might have been the cameraman. Shout out to Champ 5 and when they interviewed T.O., man. I couldn't make it that day. But yeah, me and June got history. This is my guy, man. Lights in the building, man. We've been, y'all listen, June. Shout out to the Adorno brothers. He recorded that one for me in Philly. We was in Philly. Edgar Berlanga interview. Man, history. See, this is real source facts right now, man. Real source facts, man. But yeah, I just had to come on and just, put a little sauce on Chris Colbert, man. You know, everybody's upset. Nah, you can't be upset, man. It's the fight game. It happens. Hopefully, this humbles him. It fuels his fire, and he goes and gets it, man. Like I said, and on my post, like I'm gonna read what I said, right? Because one thing about me, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm like this right here. That's why my team respects me and they love me, right? Because this is me. Look, and shout out to Marquise Taylor. I took this from him. Too many yes men around these days. When they motherfuckers on your ass about being on your shit, keep that motherfucker around. That's real. See, maybe if it's more people like this in the game, a lot of fighters will be more on point. See, when you surround yourself by yes men and somebody that's not going to tell you, yo, you're fucking up, shit like last night happens. Because I could pull up videos where Sosa was telling him, shout out to Sosa, was telling him like, yo, you're blowing rounds. You're giving up too many rounds. You're giving up too many rounds. And that's what he was doing. He was giving up too many rounds. And then he got dropped and all hell broke loose.
Yo, this nigga.
Let me mute this. Let me mute this. But I'm gonna show you what I said, right? See, he was getting it, man. God was giving it to him. Shout out to Champ 5. Champ 5 says, shout out to Andrew Charles. Salute to you, Andrew Charles. Champ 5 said this says something. It's not about losing, but how you choose to go out. That's on you. That's a big fact, you see. And shout out to Champ 5, a OG in the game. Real OG, you know. Real OG in the game. But look what I told Champ, right? And me and Champ was speaking on this. I told Champ and I told everybody that commented. I said, yes, right? I love and respect his story and everything that he has done to better himself and his family. But there's certain things that I can't co-sign. And that's what I talked about today. You see? I can't co-sign and stand behind. He said an Olympian silver medalist and Shakur Stevenson, a 2 division world champion, didn't have dog in him. You have more than dog in you to accomplish those things, what Shakur did. But hey, what do I know? You know, so I had to just come on here and air that out, man. You know, it is what it is, man. This is the sauce. We don't sugarcoat nothing. That's why we are called the sauce. But great night of boxing. And just like I said, the matchmaking over there sets those guys up. You know, it plays a lot because you are getting guys. You know, when guys are not accustomed to fighting live bodies, right? And I might go more into that tomorrow at 5 p.m. when I do the regular schedule source talk. But when you are, you know, constantly giving showcase type of fights and you are fighting guys that yes, over 300 fights, that is correct, Andrew. And he was an Olympian. He was an Olympian. You know, he was, you know what it is? I'm telling you. I'm giving you inside gems. You know why? Because that's why I'm blessed. That's why God bless me. I don't come on here for views, likes, super chats, none of that. I just come on because once upon a time when dudes talked on me and talked about me, and that's why I would love to say now, hey, what do I know? So now I come on here and I give the real ins and outs. They was banking on him not being ready. 2-3 week notice. They thought he wasn't going to be ready. Normally, a fighter gets an 8-week camp to prepare for a fight, not 3 weeks. So they probably figured he wasn't going to be on weight. He was gonna. He was gonna have to cut weight. They figured they was gonna catch him slipping. And if you know anything, especially about those guys over there, they are known to do this. They are known to. I don't want to throw a fighter under the bus because you know these guys gotta make their living that way, right? But a fighter that has fought over there, fights over there, says this is common. They call you at the last minute and try to make you the B side because that's what he was last night. He was the B side. But by God, the B side turned into the A side. You see, they didn't expect him to come on and do what he did, but he did. Hopefully, y'all caught that sauce. But like we always like to say over here, hey, what do I know? Like I said, shout out to Andrew Charles in the building. Shout out to June in the building. But yeah, that's what they was figuring with my man, the Dominican. Shout out to Garcia. Que lo que? Mi gente. They figured he was gonna have a lot of rosca pollo in him. He was gonna be a little overweight. Wasn't gonna be ready. Nah, he was hungry. And I spoke about that with my guy. Look, I'm gonna play this. See, I give y'all the gems, but y'all don't want to mess with the sauce. Look, I give you real, actual gems. Listen to this, man. Free game, free sauce, man. Because in a second, you're gonna have to pay for all this sauce. But I give you guys free sauce all the time.
Antonio Nieves, and I said I like what I did with him too, but don't count Antonio Nieves out of that equation. He's the hardest working person I know. So I can do a lot for you, but I can't do it for you if you're not going to work, you know? So Antonio Nieves, yeah, he got a title shot, but he got up at 6 every morning, ran his miles, and then he went to work at the bank all day, and then he got done at the bank, and he went and trained. And, you know, he was a man amongst men. And so if you're willing to work that hard, it makes my job a lot easier.
Yes. I'm so glad that you said that because I said that to somebody. I said that I can't take credit for what you do in the ring, and if you can't perform in the ring, the phone doesn't ring, and that right there, you just pretty much said that, man.
Right.
I want you to touch on this, right? Because here it is. I have a real boxing insider, top manager. You are probably constantly in, listen to the gems, makers, pay attention, promoters all the time. Whenever I talk to fighters, I always stress to them the fact that to always stay ready, train like you have a fight. Can you just speak on the a little bit of the gems part of sauce? You probably are constantly getting calls for guys to have fights last minute sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, luckily most of our guys now are with promoters, so we sort of have more scheduling ability. But the guys that aren't, we try to stay on top of them to stay, in the gym all the time. And there's various ones that don't fight that often because they don't. Yes. But it is a true thing, and like I said, like with Antonio Nieves being hardworking and making his own breaks, he worked a job to support himself whether things were slow or not. In fact, I bet the kid's sitting on a pile of money because I think he put all of his boxing money aside. He lives on his banking salary. But he would get up, he would run, then he would go to work all day, and then he would train. And that kind of dedication you see out of maybe 1 out of 15 or 20 guys at tops. But if you have that, you're going to absolutely make more opportunities. All those little things matter. Like we try to get our medicals in early. We try to
gems, man. Hopefully y'all caught that source and see that's what Garcia was about. That's what Garcia was about. Shout out to CEO David McWaters from Split T Management. That's what Garcia was about. Garcia was ready. You see how I give y'all the game, man? But hey, what do I know? He was ready. And Chris Colbert last night was a steak. He was hungry. He was a steak. Did you see in the press conference? Chris Colbert was all fun and games, joking. It was a joke. Garcia was no serious, like we like to say over here, serious sauce business. He told him in Spanish, do you work at the carnival? Or he was not playing, man. He was hungry. He was a hungry perro, a hungry dog. And listen, I have this right here. Listen, this is what he was right here. Catch this vibe right here, man. I want y'all to catch this vibe. This is what he was, the type of time that Garcia was on, man. Garcia knew. Listen, he knew. Chris Colbert with all his fancy jewelry and parading around. This is what Chris Colbert was. And this is who the Dominican. Que lo que, mi gente, Garcia.
Like, let me tell you the perspective of someone that's independent. If there's like a wild dog and he has to literally eat the food he kills, he cannot eat unless he kills something that day. And then there's a dog that's tamed. He lives in a house, but he has 3 square meals a day. He got to do tricks. He gets petted. He gets kicked out. He gets beat. He got to get walked. He walks on a leash. When that dog comes in the room with the wild dog is laughing. He doesn't care that you're in a mansion. He doesn't care that you eat steak every day. He still thinks you're a herd. He knows he can take from you because he knows he has to kill every day to eat. You know what I mean? And that's a confidence. That's a rock star. And that's the one thing that I know I will never give up. The ability to be that. Like, I laugh at anyone that's a caged dog, walked on a leash, told when to eat, and does tricks and rolls over for a check.
See, that's what type of time Garcia was on. Garcia was a wild dog. He knew Chris Colbert, like Dame Dash said, was on a leash, told when to eat. Garcia knew he had to kill to eat. And that's what he did last night. He had to kill. So when I watched the final press conference and Chris Colbert was very entertaining, like I said. Very entertaining, man. He's not boring. But Garcia was not playing. He was a wild dog. He was hungry. Chris Colbert, primetime. He was laughing at him. That's why he told him, "Are you in the carnival? Or I'm not playing. I'm hungry. I want to eat." And that's what he did. That's what he did. He said his attitude reminds me of Cruz. I didn't know who he was till he fought Tank. But when I did some research, I could see the kid had a very serious attitude. No nonsense. Yes, serious sauce business, man. He was not playing, man. That was his opportunity, man. And those are the type of guys that I like. Those are the AKA the Clubber Lanes. Remember in Rocky with Clubber Lane, he was hungry, man. He fucked Rocky up, man. Those are the best fighters, man. The fighters that is hungry, man. You know, they see the guys that got all the jewelry parading around, fancy and all that shit. They're hungry. They want that shit, man. They want that shit, man. Especially when they know they putting in the work and they not given the opportunity, and then they get that opportunity. Oh man, I love those kind of guys, man. Those are the guys that I look for. Those are the guys that I look for. You hear me? Yes, those are the guys, man. And he caught one last night. And Tom Brown and them, they slipped up, man. They didn't think that man was gonna be ready. But yo, they should have did a better job, man. They should have gave him another fish. You know, they like to serve up fish over there. They try to serve him up a wild dog, man. They served him up a wild dog, man. Word. They served him up a wild dog that was roaming. He was looking for a kill, man. He caught it last night, man. He caught it last night. I hate to give y'all the game like this, but see, somebody got to give it to y'all, man. Somebody got to give it to you. Shout out to Garcia, man. He is good. My man was talking about a rematch. You don't want that work again. That shit sounded good. You don't want that work again, man. They told you in the 12th round, 12th and final round, they told you to walk him down. You got on your bicycle, man. You don't want that work again, man. You do not want that work, my guy. I just want to see what they're gonna do for him now, man. Because no names given out. Somebody said they're gonna throw him to the wolves now. I said, I hope not, man. I said, damn, you think they're gonna do him like that? I was like, man, boxing is cold. I was like, you really think they're gonna do him like that? I was like, damn, man, he's still young, man. One loss, you think they're gonna throw him to the wolves, man? Man, that's fucked up, man. Fight game is rough, man. June said prime egg. Well, yeah, those are the guys that go. You ain't lying, man. You was not lying. Yo, my man Garcia went all out last night. Yo, when Garcia dropped him, right? Yo, it was over, bro. He was lucky he got out that round, man. Yo, I was calling that shit. I was like, damn, man. It was sad, man. It was sad, man. Cause like I said, man, shout out to Souza and all that, man. Damn. How he came out fighting, right? With the switching back and forth from the orthodox to the southpaw, and the first round, he lost the first round. I was like, yeah, he needs to make better adjustments, man. I like Colbert. That was a tough for me to watch. But it's always exciting to see someone come in and shake things. That's the game, man. You gotta love that part of the game, Andrew. You gotta love that part of the game. That's real boxing, man. I was just happy that he got an opportunity, because there's so many fighters that want that opportunity, man, and they're never given it. Here's a guy, like I said, over 300 amateur fights. Dominican Olympian, he got his opportunity, and by God, if he didn't seize the moment, seized it, man, seized it on the big stage, man. But that went on, that whole card, everybody that won, what was my man's name? The first fight that won his world title, Marcus Maidana's fighter, man. I'm drawing a blank right now, man. But Marcus Maidana's fighter, that was his first fight in the States. He took out the champion, won the title, man. He seized the moment, man. And then Polo, same thing, man. Polo seized the moment. Seize the moment. Somebody called him a crybaby. Look, they are killing him. See what's going on? They called him a crybaby. They called him a crybaby, man. You know, they called him a crybaby. But yes, that is what's going on, man. You know, like I said, man, I didn't want to stay on too long. I just wanted to come on here and clean that up because I seen a lot of people was coming to his aid and don't talk about him like that. No, you have to talk about him like this. He talked the talk. It's like, yeah, he didn't cash the check, man. He didn't cash the check. He talked the talk and he didn't cash the check. He was very spicy, saucy all week with his tone in regards to this fighter not being a dog, and he was gonna juggle my man, and I know you know me and all this shit. If you got 2 eyes and 2 ears, you know me. Yeah, my man ate all that, and Saturday night he performed, man. He performed, man. He performed. Martinez, yes, thank you. Shout out to Martinez. Excellent fight, man. That's what, last night's card was about seizing the moment. Martinez seized the moment. Gary Antoine Russell seized the moment. And the icing on the cake, the cherry on this Sunday, Garcia seized the moment. Let's just see what happens with Colbert, man. Hopefully this humbles him. Because like I said, one thing about him, he can talk. And if we know from previous things with that company over there, they love talkers. Look at Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, we haven't seen him in a while though, but he was one of the biggest talkers. Successful career, 4-division, 3-division champion. So this can't be the end for Chris Colbert. Maybe just humbles him a little. And he bounces back, man. Bounces back. Listens to his coach a little more. I didn't like that part either. Because it was like my man King Kong, I can't think of his name right now. The guy from Florida. It was like him and Sosa. They was both talking at the same time. Me being, somewhat of a team member, I didn't like that aspect. I felt like that was kind of confusing. I'll get more into that probably tomorrow. But yes. Listen, while I got you guys in here, June, how do you see that Oscar Valdez Shakur fight playing out, man? Oscar Valdez. I see Oscar Valdez kept it spicy. You know how Shakur, goes by the young, calls herself a GOAT. Oscar Valdez took a picture with the crocodiles snatching up a goat. The goat trying to walk through the path of crocodiles, and then the crocodile grabbed him up. I don't know if y'all seen that on IG. Matter of fact, let me throw that up, man. So you guys got me going in. That was on the Boxing Voice, I think. Let me get that up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And I want to get to watching my show, man. I gotta watch Power, man. I gotta watch Power, man. I've been out all day today. Here it goes right here. Look, Oscar Valdez is fronting. Y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Is it up? Let's make sure it's up. Yes, here it goes. It's loading. I told you I gotta get this. I gotta get a gaming PC. Somebody recommended a gaming PC to me. I gotta get that. Here it goes. Look, see, Oscar Valdez has a message to Shakur Stevens. See the crocodile alligator? He's holding a gator. That big ass gator head. See the gator? Look, the gator got the billy goat. He caught him. Y'all see that? That's gonna be a good fight. April 30th, Vegas. Look, there it is. See, he tried to come through the gators, man. He was coming through the gators. Those were the babies, though. That big motherfucker caught him. So he was confident walking through these little niggas. See these little ones? Part of my language. They was little guys. But that big one caught him, man. That big one caught him, man. Yo, World Combat in the building. World Combat, that's June. June is in here. June is the 24 storms, man. That's lights. Yes, it is going to be a good scrap. It is. Yo, June, World Combat's in the chat too, man. Sorry to say Shakur Stevens is going to fight. Yeah, you know me, I'm with Shakur too, man. But you know, I gotta be unbiased media and put it out there for conversation's sake. You know? Well, I can't wait, man. April 30th. Yo, did you catch what's the name said? Listen, see? Dudes don't be wanting to listen to the source, man. That's why I love when fighters come out and spill it a little something. Well, Dennis Ugas in the mix, I think it was the Antoine Russell fight in the mix before going into the championship fight. When Brian Custer asked Ugas about, yo, give us a little something. He said, give us a little something in regards to the Spence fight. Ugas said, pay attention, you gotta listen. Ugas says, I hope that Earl Spence is at his best. He's conditioning at his best. I'm surprised the Spence might then go after him for that. You know, they go crazy when anybody ever says anything about Earl. They go crazy. You know? Yeah, he said, good to see you in the chat, June. Yeah. But yeah, man, I love that the fact that Ugas spoke on that, man. What's going on? Maybe he knows something that we don't know. You know, it's so secretive over there. But I just love the fact that Ugas said that, and he's fighting for a whole country. You know, he's fighting. He has a whole country behind him, and he's fighting for a whole country. But yes, last night's cards, and you know, people always try to say I try to bash the PBC. I don't bash the PBC. The PBC bashes me. Why don't they just keep it tall? You know, they need to keep it tall. Because I wrote a fire article on a PBC fighter. If I didn't like the PBC, I wouldn't have wrote a fire column today on the co-main event fighter. I would be on my platform right now speaking about their fight card. So they need to kill all those narratives and just, you know what it is, just say what it is. I don't fit your description because I don't want to push narratives for you like so many other channels that come on here and push narratives. You know, I come on here and just drop the sauce. You know, sometimes it may be a little too spicy for y'all, but it is what it is. But like last night was great cards. Martinez stole the show. Bang Bang Russell Gang, Gary Antonio stole the show. Garcia, mi gente, que lo que, stole the show. That's what it's about, man. Guys getting their opportunity and seizing the moment. That's what my article was about, seizing the moment. And salute to those fighters that did that last night, man. And for all of the fans and supporters that's upset that guys are clowning Chris Colbert, it comes with the territory. When you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. He talked a good game all week, and he just laid the egg, man. It's okay. It's fighting, man. It happens. But I just want to say, you know, there's other fighters in New York that's going to hold it down. And March 19th, you are going to witness one of them. Young Jihad Tucker. And shout out to my guy Marquise Taylor. You know, he fought Paul the Punisher a couple weeks ago. He said Jihad got him ready. That was his best camp. See, these are guys that we were sparring with. Shout out to Brian Norman Jr. You know, he's a very avoided fighter at 140. He's going to be just like Mr. Garcia. When he is given his opportunity, he's going to be like the Dame Dash video that I just posted, a hungry dog. He's going to take advantage, man. But see, this is what the game creates. When you have guys that you parade around, you push, and then you have guys like I just said, the Garcias, the Normans, you know, the Taylors, these guys that aren't given those opportunities, but they can fight. So when they get that chance to fight, they have that chip on their shoulder. They do the damn thing, man. Hopefully y'all catching the sauce tonight, man. He says, yo, when we going to do a lot? Yo, what's your schedule tomorrow, man? 5 p.m. You know, I rock out, man. 5 p.m. I'll send you the link, June, and you can jump on tomorrow, man. You could jump on tomorrow, man. I have an open panel tomorrow, man. Cause you see, I already been on an hour. I only plan to be on for half an hour for this one, and you jumped on, and I started kicking it with you, man. Cause I was gonna wrap this up, man. You know, I wanted to watch some of my shows, man. You know, and I gotta catch up on some of my YouTube reality TV shows. That's what I call it. Yeah, see, World Combat is always on with me. We're on together. He said, let's do it, man. He said he's been waiting for you to pull up, June. Long time, man. Yeah. We got to line that up tomorrow, man. Line that up tomorrow, man. Definitely, man. You know? But yeah, man. Hopefully Chris Colbert is humbled by this. You know, my man Simon Phoenix. See, I was humble. And shout out to Charlie. For those of y'all, I told you, man. See, Charlie be setting dudes up, man. You know who Charlie is, right? Now, y'all don't know who Charlie is, right? But Charlie's Angels, man. You never seen Charlie, but Charlie be having some of his, man. Charlie set boy up yesterday, man. Charlie called him one of his Dominican mercenaries, man. They were sleeping on him, man. That's what Charlie does, man. Charlie's a grimy nigga, man. Yeah, so tomorrow, 5 p.m., man. Yo, June, listen. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. When I set it up, I'm gonna shoot you the link in the what's up. But I'll also post the link on YouTube. Just click that link, man, and jump on with me tomorrow, man. Yo, man, give some final shout outs in the chat, man. What fights are you eager to see, man? You know, New York, we a couple weeks out, man. We got a lot of shows coming up. You got Edgar Berlanga, and Zion. Jihad is on that card. Shoo. The Davis Brothers, March 19th. Hula Theater, NYCD. I said NYCD. NYC. Shout out to my boy Drew. You know, we're going to be in the building. You know how we do. Shout out to the Source Sisters. Yo, to quote my baby girl, Narina said, I'm going to be there. My hair going to be done. My outfit, my face. They chose me. Yes. Coach Rena be in the scene. You know how we do. You know. Shout out to CEO Nasai will be in the building. You know, they got a couple of interviews already lined up. The Source Sister Boxing Chronicles, they're full of effect. Yeah. But I can't wait to hook up with my guys and, you know, do what we do, man. Enjoy the fights. You know, talk our sauce and have a good night, man. Because we've been doing this for years, man. For years on years, man, you know. Years on years, man. All up and down the East Coast, man. You know, all up and down the East Coast, man. I remember being in Philly with my guys. And this is when I used to bang out your Henny, man. Ask my man, I used to come prepared, man. You know, they picked me up at the Newark. Shout out to Newark. If you don't know, that's where Shakur Stevenson's from. I pulled up to Newark Penn with the big $100 bottle cognac, yes. And we took it on down to Jersey. I mean, down from Newark to Philly, man. Me and June, remember, matter of fact, me and June was all on the zone for the Tevin Farmer homecoming. all on, ringside, man. All on the broadcast that night, man. Dope fight, man. Shout out to Tevin Farmer, man. I'm hearing rumors he's supposed to be getting back in action soon, man. But yes, with that being said, man, we are going to. Yes, Joe. You remember that night, right? We was down. Yeah, we was twisted, man. Twisted, man. Good times, man. That's what I said, man. A lot of these guys don't know, man. These guys are Johnny come latelys, man. They just cover boxing on YouTube, man. They don't be at no fights. They don't be at no weigh-ins. They don't be at no press conferences. Nothing, man. And then when they see the guys that actually be there and they know these fighters, when these fighters know them, they be yeah. See, look at World Combat, that Remy. Yeah, man. June is the cognac specialist. Yo, quick one before I close off. I remember we was at a fight, man. This might have been a fight right before they shut down the COVID. Yo, we had the brown juice in there. Yo, if the ushers and them didn't rush us like the feds and make my man dump his bottle out, man. I was crazy, man. That was crazy. They made us dump that bottle that time. Remember that? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah, they made us dump the bottle out, man. Nuts, man. But yeah, man, good times, man. But salute to my guys in the chat. World Combat June, Charles, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Give the family my love. Shout out to my boy Al. These are all good brothers that I met through boxing. And look, man, when you cover boxing, you really cover boxing. You meet people become family. You guys become team. Like I said, man, I've been all over with these guys, man, up and down the East Coast, man. All nighters, you know what I'm saying? All nighters, man. Coming, covering fights with these guys, Jersey, Philly, Atlantic City, everywhere. Yeah, man, having mad fun, yo. Mad fun, yo. Crazy. And shout out to even the ones who, fell off and, they lost their ways from the A guards to the Jackal. And, but it was the part of the journey, man. You guys were there, man. Great times, great memories. Like my man said in Above the Rim, this is for A guard and Jackal and all the other ones that lost their way. How Bernie Mac, rest in peace to Bernie Mac. Like he told Tommy Shepard, he said, they can't erase who we were, man. They can't erase who we were. So salute to A-Guard's crazy ass. A-Guard used to get mad at me, man. But A-Guard, you was a little too radical, bro. I told you. You got to turn it down. The source is professional. The source is professional, man. A-Guard was always a little too radical, man. And Jackal, he was just a little weird, man. You can't be weird, man. The source is professional, man. But like I said, salute to the team. Can't wait to see you guys March 19th. But definitely tomorrow we're going to do a special source. The panel will be open, man. Everybody enjoy your night. I'm getting the wrap it up signal from CEO Nasaya and Coach Reen. They want a Bogard. Like I said, I'm at the source desk, but I'm really in their room right now. That's why you see it's like kind of quiet because they are on the source desk watching the Fire Stick. But salute to everybody that tapped in tonight. Everybody be great. Never put a limitation on what you can do and can't do. Me and my guy are the Underground Kings, my team, man. June, Al. We covered fights. And we did it off of phones in the beginning. We did it off of phones and Hennessy and Remy Martin, Ian J. You wouldn't know that. And we had some of the best content. And look how it has grown and expand. So with that being said, I just want to say, man, always keep God first. Pray, believe, man, because I went from arguing with executives to brokering deals with these same executives, man. And that's only with God, man. And that's only with the power of God, man. And these are true tales, man. True facts, man. And I couldn't have done it without his blessing and without me staying down and believing, man. So With that being said, everybody enjoy your Sunday evening. Enjoy your family. Shout out to Chop Chop. We're going to get some of these drops in here. Shout out to my man Jamel Herring.
This is your boy Jamel Simplify Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Simplify, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.